September 8th through September 15th of 2013 found a group of 27 from Michigan Farm Bureau, Greenstone Farm Credit Services, farmers, and agribusiness people on an agricultural study tour of Ukraine. It's been said that to understand life in Ukraine today, you first have to understand their history. The country has been fought over for thousands of years. Most recently, the end of the First World War saw them fall to the Soviet Union. Under the reign of Joseph Stalin, many farmers were forced from their villages into collective farms to raise grain for the state, giving up their private land, livestock, and equipment without compensation. Stalin took it a step further and withheld grain to the collectives if quotas weren't reached. Today, it's estimated that up to 6 million perished between 1932 and 1933, accounting for 25% of the entire population. World War II saw Ukraine invaded by Nazi Germany in 1941, with estimates of over 7 million perishing. In the 50 years that followed, Ukraine remained under the stronghold of the Soviet Union. But on August 24, 1991, they declared their independence. 22 years later, they honor their past and those who sacrificed with statues and relics from their darkest days. Among them are symbols of hope and strength, such as Mother of the Motherland. Today, Ukraine is a country of 42 million people and 130 nationalities. Its national government is located in Kiev, population 2.8 million, and the 8th largest city in Europe. The average family has one child with an average income of $440 US a month, and they spend roughly 40% of their income on food. Located on the Dnieper River, Soviet-style apartments dot the landscape, with most residents being renters. Russian-made automobiles travel roadways in dire need of repair. Many utilize the subway system built in 1960, known as Kiev Metro, making their way to and from industrial, high-tech, and government jobs. Unemployment is roughly 35%, with most occurring in rural areas. Citizens are taxed at a rate of 37%, provided national health care and schooling, though no government safety net exists for those in need. There are 34,000 churches and registered religious organizations in Ukraine. Of the estimated 40% practicing religion in the country, 97% are Christian, with 70% of those being Ukrainian Orthodox. Ukrainians are, if anything, a people well aware of their past, seemingly untrusting at first, but won over in time with honesty and kindness. The current generation seems to be motivated with a want to succeed. The older generation can be of the communist socialist mindset, still waiting and wanting for someone to tell them what to do. Ukraine, at 233,000 square miles, is roughly 2.5 times the size of Michigan, with 79 million acres being arable land. They're a major world producer and exporter of grains and oilseeds, ranking in the top 5 in production. They're the number 3 producer of sunflower oil in the world, and their country is home to 1/3 of the most fertile soils globally. 32% of the population is rural, with 17% involved in agriculture. Farmers, along with everyone else in the country, cannot own land, for it's held by the government. Instead, it's leased for periods of up to 50 years. 70% of the farmers are of the small village variety, to the tune of 14 million, the babushkas or grandparents' farm, growing crops on an acre of land, maybe grazing a milk cow or two, and selling their goods at a local farm market. 30% are registered companies, many with investors from outside Ukraine, leasing anywhere from 12,500 to 132,000 acres.